USA reveals new light tank. A faster, lighter, yet highly lethal armored light tank, able to air deploy and keep pace with fast-moving dismounted infantry, is precisely the kind of vehicle which will be needed in future wars. Conflicts expected to be much faster, more dispersed, and heavily reliant upon AI-enabled information flow. For the first since the Cold War, the U.S. Army is set to acquire and field a new light tank. On the 28th June 2022, the service announced that General Dynamics Land System had won its Mobile Protected Firepower Program competition. In this video, we're going to take a look at what this vehicle is all about. Before we look at this, a quick reminder to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. But now, back to the light tank. The U.S. Army has some of the world's most powerful tanks, in particular the M1 Abrams, which has proven its worth since its combat debut in the First Gulf War. But tipping the scales at nearly 70 tons, the M1 is simply too heavy to adapt to changing battlefield tactics, which is why the Army is looking for something lighter. For a number of years, the U.S. Army had no dedicated light tank. A previous light tank development, the Armored Gun System Program, which resulted in the creation of the M8 Burford, was canceled in 1996. This left the U.S. Airborne Forces low on firepower. Though a light, mobile, and rapidly deployable tank was required for low-intensity conflicts and take some roles of a battle tank, the U.S. Army tried to fill this gap with the M1128 Fire Support Vehicle based on a Stryker armored personnel carrier. This 8x8 wheeled fire support vehicle was fitted with a 105mm turret and was adopted in 2007. However, soon, it turned out that the M1128 Stryker mobile gun system had a number of shortcomings. Also, it was lightly armored and was vulnerable to mine blasts. The M1128 was produced only in small numbers, and it was announced that this vehicle would be scrapped in favor of a new light tank. The U.S. Army then came up with a Mobile Protected Firepower Program, also known as MPF, to procure a new light tank. In 2017, the U.S. Army issued requests for proposals, and the three initial proposals were from General Dynamics, BAE Systems, and a team of SAIC, ST Kinetics, and CMI Defense. General Dynamics offered a Griffon 2 light tank. BAE Systems proposed an improved version of the M8 Burford, while the team of three companies offered a light tank variant of the Hunter infantry fighting vehicle. In 2018, the Hunter with a 105mm turret was down-selected. The BAE's proposal was disqualified in 2022. As a result, General Dynamics was the only contender left with its Griffon 2 light tank. During the same year, a $1.14 billion production contract for production of 96 light tanks was awarded to General Dynamics to build the new light tank for the U.S. Army. It is planned that the first tanks will be delivered by the end of 2023, and the first unit will be equipped with these tanks in 2025. A total of 504 tanks needed to increase the U.S. military's combat capability are due to leave the assembly line according to the Pentagon's initial planning. There will also be an export version of a later stage of the tank's development, with a production contract being $1.14 billion for a batch of 96 tanks. The unit price works out to nearly $12 million, which would make it the most expensive tank in the world today. Once in service, the new light tank will operate in infantry brigade combat teams. These rapid deployment brigades are equipped with various versions of the Stryker 8x8 armored personnel carrier. The operational concept behind these brigades is stressed on deployability and maneuverability for counterinsurgency operations. The whole brigade can be airlifted and deployed anywhere in the world within 96 hours. The new light tank was designed to provide direct fire support for assaulting infantry. It can destroy hardened positions in buildings and field fortifications. Some of its roles will be to destroy hostile machine gun positions and snipers. The tank is armed with an M35 105mm low recoil gun, originally developed for the U.S. Army's Armored Gun System Program that was canceled in 1996. It also has an advanced fire control system, which is already integrated into the Abrams version's SEP V3 and the next SEP V4, which are under development. The combat weight of the light tank will be around 38 tons, and it will carry a 4-man crew, including commander, gunner, loader, and driver. The vehicle can be airlifted by a C-17 heavy transport aircraft that can carry 2 of these tanks. Furthermore, these 2 tanks will roll out in combat-ready status. The tank commander of a Griffon 2 uses a panoramic sight with thermal imaging. Threats can be identified at a range of 4 kilometers, but can be detected at a range of an astounding 15.4 kilometers. It has a hunter-killer engagement capability. The tank commander searches for targets and can pass the target's engagement procedure to the gunner. In addition to the 105mm cannon, the tank is equipped with a coaxial 7.2mm machine gun and other 12.7mm machine gun mounted on the turret roof. The turret is of aluminum alloy armor construction and is a scaled-down turret of the Abrams main battle tank. It is equipped with a composite-spaced armor in the turret cheeks and add-on armor. Ammunition for the tank is stored in the turret bustle and is separated from the crew by blowout panels. The turrets are also able to rotate faster than on most other tanks. The tank's hull is based on the ASCOD-2 infantry fighting vehicle, which was also a product of General Dynamics. Although because many changes were made to the hull's design, it can be considered to be a new design. Reports state that the hull of the prototype withstands 30mm rounds on the frontal arc and 14.5mm rounds on the sides. All-round protection is against small arms fire and artillery shell splinters, although actual level of protection could change on production tanks. The Griffon II light tank is powered by the MTU MT881 diesel engine, developing 1100 horsepower. The engine is located at the front of the hull and is mated to an Allison automatic gearbox with 4 forward and 2 reverse speeds. The tank also has hydropneumatic suspension. Army leaders tend not to encourage the use of the term light tank to describe the mobile protected firepower vehicle, since they seek to discourage the vehicle as a tank. According to the U.S. Army, the vehicle was not designed to take on other tanks in combat or to be used in the same mission set, which would be applied to an actual tank such as the Abrams. The Mobile Protected Firepower Program is the first major platform that is going from prototyping to production under the U.S. Army Futures Command, Defense News reported. Established in 2018 as a public-private initiative, the Army Futures Command is tasked with the important job of modernizing the U.S. Army, which is quite a challenge considering the evolving nature of warfare. Do you think they got it right with the Griffon II? Let us know in the comments, and please like this video if you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.